Hey everybody, it's Elizabeth here at Bridget's Well. Just wanted to do a video to show you some of the stuff we got while we were in Ireland. I already did a video talking about our trip some. There's some things I actually kind of forgot to add in the video, so I'll probably talk about them a little bit here. But if you want to know more about the trip in general, check out that video. It's kind of long. I'm hoping this one won't be as long. That one's about 30 minutes, so but anyway, let's get started. So, we got a lot of souvenirs. So many that my husband, well, I mean, carrying back on a plane, it's never fun. My husband was like, next time we go, we're not getting anything. And I was like, okay, honey, sure. So, we went to this place in Skerries called Skerries Mills, and it's an old grain mill. And they have two different windmills that used to help harness wind energy, and they also used, of course, water. And that was a pretty cool. That was the first thing we did, really touristy there. But I got this picture there. It really doesn't have anything to do with Skerries Mills, but it's a, oh Lord, there we go, Tree of Life. It looks like, oh okay, it's slate inside there. That's slate on the that the Tree of Life is on, and then there's some little designs on the glass. So that was my first little purchase, and it's Irish made in Waterford Island, Ireland, excuse me. So that was my first thing. Since we're going to be moving soon, a lot of this stuff will probably stay kind of packed up. So this I actually got for my husband. I think it was at the Archaeology Museum, because he is into Norse mythology, and Odin is his patron, and he really loved our visit to Newgrange. He felt very connected. So I saw this. It's really not helpful when there's a glare. Can you see that? Yeah. It's just a postcard, but it's ravens on the front of Newgrange. And I think it's, let's see, it's Jen Deleth, I think. No, excuse me, I'm sorry. Jeff Fitzpatrick Adams. Anyway, so there's the ravens at Newgrange. We're going to frame that eventually. The next three things I got at the Hill of Tara from Courtney Davis, the artist. So I talked about that I talked about us meeting him in my trip video. This is, and these are signed. This is my horned god picture I got from him. The glare is not good. I'm doing my best. So yeah, see that? It's pretty cool, huh? Yeah. I like it a lot. So we'll eventually get that framed. And then, of course, I had to get one of Mama. This is Bridget. He had like 3 or 4 different Bridgets, but this is the one I like the best. So, and eventually, I'm sure when we move, I'll get these framed and then hang them in an altar type space. And then this was pretty cool. It's a Bridget's cross, and it's actually made from rushes, and it was woven on the Hill of Tara. So, like I said, right now I'm just going to keep it packed away, but when we get moved, I will put it somewhere. I've actually got one in the house that I made in bulk this year, per tradition, that I'll dismantle next Imbolc and make a new one. But this one won't be thrown away. I'll keep it. Alright, yeah. So, let's see. I'm not showing you everything we got, because not everything we got was really, I mean, a lot of it's kind of souvenir-y stuff that you probably wouldn't want to see. This was kind of cool. I got this at Newgrange. It's a little representation of the rock that's in front with the little spirals. See all of the, and then a little magnet, which you probably didn't really care to see, but there it is. The Bruna Boyne in Ireland, which is what they call the center. I got some books, which, I mean, of course. So at the Newgrange Visitor Center. Well, shoot, that's weird. It's got a weird price tag on the front. So I got this book on Celtic Tree Magic. I guess it was written by The Witch's Almanac. Look, I could have gotten it here in the States for cheaper. Oh well. I didn't realize that until just now. It's got a price tag, a $7.95 price tag, and then it was €9.95 euros, which cost us more because the exchange rate. Oops. We were at the Newgrange gift shop, and we had time crunch because we had to get back on the bus. So I just kind of grabbed the things that I liked. That's funny. Usually, I'm the type of person that if I saw something like this, I would wait and get it at home. Oh, it's funny. Anyway, I crack up. So I also got this. I've always really loved W.B. Yeats. I got this at the Newgrange gift shop. Best Love Yeats. One of my favorite poems ever is the Lake Isle of Innisfree, which I would really have loved to have gone. And I don't even know if you can go on Innisfree, to be honest with you, but I think you can like see it from across the lake. Next trip. So yeah, this book, it's just really pretty. It's got, you know, and you know, Yeats was a mystical person. He was a member, I think he was a member of the Golden Dawn. We actually went to the National Library. Now the National Library is free. To get into the National Museums was also free. But at the National Library they had a Yeats exhibit, and I had a few pictures from that. But it was really cool because we got to see some of his handwritten stuff, and also some of his notebooks and stuff from the Golden Dawn, and his astrological, you know, writings, and his wife was a channel. So that was a really pretty neat little exhibit. But I've always really liked his work. But yeah, I mean, he's always fascinated me. So Best Love Yeats. Try to put these somewhere they don't smush each other. I have another one. Another book that has to do with him, sort of. Book of Folk and Fairy Tales of Ireland, compiled by W.B. Yeats. So, I got that at the National Museum as well. Then these three things I got at the Newgrange Center as well. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I got these at the National Museum, Archaeology Museum. So I think, you know what, it really doesn't matter where I got them, does it? So Sacred Mythological Centers of Ireland, which I haven't really even looked at these books. It's just got different sacred sites. Next trip. And then I got these cool, like, they're like maps or calendars. So this is the map of the Sheila na Gigs of Ireland, which are the divine feminine, I guess, statues or carvings of the woman with the vulva wide open. So I just thought it was kind of a neat thing. It's got, just kind of briefly, it's got all the different ones listed, and on the back is like where you can find them. Yeah, like where they're located. So that's pretty cool. I just thought it was neat. I mean, where are you going to get something like that? You're not going to get something like that over here. So the other one I got, the Celtic Year, a perpetual solar, I can't even talk, a perpetual solar and lunar calendar. Um, it, and it's pretty nifty. It's got all the different holidays. Well, right now we're in Beltane, so there's Beltane. I'll probably end up getting this one framed. And probably the Sheila Nagig too. I have so many things that are going to be going up in our new place, wherever that ends up being. The last book that I got is called Meeting the Other Crowd, The Fairy Stories of Hidden Ireland. And I got that at the National Museum as well. I haven't had a chance to really look at this one. It just stood out to me. Just a collection of stories about the fairy folk. So, oh, this. They had these little, like, okay, so they did have some shops that were like really souvenir-y, gifty type shops. Kind of like if you've ever been to Gatlinburg here in Tennessee, like those kind of souvenirs where you just walk in and it's just walls of cheapy, souvenir-y things. Which I don't know if they were necessarily cheapy in Ireland, but maybe they are. But they had these little wacky woolies. They're these little sheep in different colors, and they had all sorts of things. They had I have a cup, a mug with these on it too. They had like pot holders and all sorts of little things with these wacky woolies. But I got this little snow globe, and I got a cup. I just thought they were so cute. I'm not going to show you all of their weird, cutesy little things because we got quite a few little kitschy things. Yeah, I'm not going to show you all that. So, the last thing I'm going to show you is we collected, oh, I should have brought the seashells in here. Oh well, they're not in here. We collected off Scary's Beach, we collected rocks and seashells. And I collected a lot of rocks. You know, I'm a crystal lover anyway. And of course, all these souvenirs are great and I love them. But to me, almost the thing that has more of a connection for me are these rocks that we picked up off the beach because they are of Ireland. They've been in the ocean. They're of Ireland. And I was not sure. I got a lot. They're all for personal use. Like I was worried I wasn't gonna get these through customs because, you know, it's kind of a little strange taking back stuff from the land in other countries, but I didn't have any problems at all. So, and I got a lot of rocks, and I'm not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna be able to show you all of them. I did get some also to give away to friends, which we did last night at our Beltane gathering, and some went to family. But like, and these will go like probably once we get moved on my altar or around the house. There were a lot of rocks like these with, it looks like, I'm not sure what the gray, maybe limestone, I'm not a rock expert, with the, I'm guessing that's some sort of quartz. But then we'd find rocks like this on the beach, you know, with the holes in them. And then I've got some like this that are really the dark. Let's see. My husband has one that the first one we found, it's a smaller rock, but it's got almost looks like a sigil or a rune in it. And that's the one that he kept. So, this one, you can't probably not be able to see. It's kind of green. I don't know why. But yeah, it's a little green. And we found some quartz. These are the quartz, I think. Yeah, quartz on the beach. And like this one. I mean, look at that. And then look. There's some really cool little stones. However, I've got one. But then they had, you know, they had lots of them like this. With the different, you know, white rock patterns. And then this one, pretty neat. So, oh, it looks kind of looks like a bird, doesn't it? However, my favorite one, which I wasn't sure we were going to be able to get back, it's a big one, and it weighs almost 3 pounds. And my husband was like, I picked it up on the beach, and my husband goes, "You're not taking that, are you?" I said, "Yes, I'm going to take it with me." He's like, "Oh my God," he was shaking his head at me the whole time. But I found this one on the beach in Ireland, and it just popped out of the waves and the sand to me. I mean, it's almost as big as my head. I mean, like half of my face. And every time I look at it, I see faces in it. So I love it. I mean, I was really, really worried I wasn't going to get this back through customs because it's heavy, it's big. You have to bring stuff like this back for personal use, not for commercial use. Like, I couldn't sell these, which I'm not going to do anyway. So I was really concerned, but we had no problems. We flew through customs so fast. We had like 2 extra hours to sit at the airport because we got through so quickly, which is great. But yeah, so this is my Big Mama Jamma rock that I love. But yeah, those are some of my treasures from our trip. Oh, and these, I'm surprised they've lasted this long. So growing up in high school, I had friends from England and Ireland, and when they would go visit, they would bring back candy occasionally, because English chocolate is better than what you get over here, and it really is. But one of my favorite candy bars forever has been these. And they're hard. You can get English chocolate over here, but these are really hard to find now, and I don't know why that is. Crunchy Bar. Crunchy Bar. Oh my God, they're so good. They're like, they have what's called a honeycomb center in the middle, and it's like this little honeycombed, golden, luscious goodness wrapped in chocolate. Matter of fact, I'm going to open one and show you what it looks like. We brought a few of these back, and they've already been eaten. So, Crunchy Bar! But I have loved these since I was a teenager. Used to be able to get them here at specialty markets and stuff, but I don't see them as much as I used to. So there. See? Crunchy Bar goodness. If you ever find these, try them. They're delicious. It's kind of like honey and chocolate. Anyway, so there's some of my haul from Ireland. Like I said, my main video about our trip is in a different video because it was like 30 minutes long. I don't want to make it too much longer. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I wish you many, many blessings.